Hi again, Progressive, and everybody else. Well, now that it's a new day, this is going to be your friend, fellow puppeteer John, part 2, working on his newest puppet, Ernest P. Worrell. So far, so good, he's coming along. Yesterday, I showed you the head, and right now, I just got done painting him, and now he's dry. So I'm going to show you. And there he is. See? He's got a big teeth smile right there, see? Mouth works pretty good. I attached a little ring right here so I can hold on to it and work his mouth like that. His hair is dry. Also, I did work on the eyes. And there he is. Well, now that his head is done, for this one, I'm going to show you what I've been working on next. The next part I'm going to be working on is the body and the limbs. And I'm going to show you what I've got so far right now. For the body of the ventriloquist dummies I mostly make, usually I use all kinds of good materials, and this one has pretty much all of them. So I put 2 wooden dowels on each side. And this part right here is going to be where the head stick's going to go through. And right here is special installation styrofoam that I got at Home Depot. And this is real good styrofoam material. And all this is wires. These are wires like coat hangers and such, and I like to use wire coat hangers. They're really good and strong, and plus I use them for armatures, like joints and everything else. Plus, the inside of here, this is soft foam rubber. I like to use foam rubber because this is really good material that I like to use. I found out I can use all kinds of different foam rubber materials to make my puppets. So here's the body that's going to be done soon, and I'm going to show you what else I use. What else I like to use? This is Quilton cotton. I like to use this because it's soft and durable, and plus it's really good material. So what I'm going to do with this is that I'm going to use this and wrap it around like this. And sometimes I like to use like thread. Use thread like this. And also I got a big needle here that I like to, just like sewing with regular sewing material. After I wrap it around here, I sew it, or sometimes I glue it. Like sometimes I use this type of spray glue. Or sometimes I like to use my hot glue gun. So once that's done, right after I line it up just right, so this lets me know which one's the top right here, like the shoulder and where the heads are going to go, and this bottom part right here, so that he can have good balance when he's sitting on a chair or a table or whatever. Just set that aside. Now here's an arm I have that's done. And this one's going to be his left arm. So I already sewed the hand, and it's also made of foam rubber, and I use fabric material as well. Here's a clever trick I like to use. When I'm painting, I also like to find like the fabric that matches the paint I'm using, so I can really level it out so I'm using the right color, the color fabric and the color paint. And here's his right arm I'm working on right now. Just like this arm. Let me show you. So like I said, it's all made of foam rubber, and I used a much thicker yarn. For the shoulders, that's going to be connected. And then I got the fabric here. And then here's the fabric that's going to be for his other arm. And then once that's done, then I can put both of his arms on the body, and then I got to work on the legs as well. Like, here's one leg that's already done. Now, sometimes I like to use wire coat hangers for like weight and support, and this is different colored foam rubber too. Like, I use much thicker foam rubber because it cuts really good, and I can shape the muscle out when I need it. And also, there's this type of purple foam rubber. Now, this is more like a more softer sponge material. I like to use it a lot. Doesn't matter, so whichever I use. And then once that's done, I'm going to make the shoes. Because the weight of a real shoe is too heavy, so I'm going to make his shoes so it's more lightweight. And also, I have some clothes that I bought from a thrift store. Sometimes I do tend to buy used clothing at thrift stores, or sometimes I make them. Like, let me show you. First, I already showed you his hat that I painted to make it look more like his hat in the movies. And also, I found his gray T-shirt. Ernest mostly wears a gray short sleeve shirt like this. Like, let me explain a little bit more about Jim Varney. Like, he always has the same clothes, so like in most of the Ernest movies Jim Varney played in, he had a short sleeve shirt like this. Like in the first movie in 1987, Ernest Goes to Camp, but in 1990 in Ernest Goes to Jail, he had a long sleeve shirt, and then he went back to a short sleeve shirt in Ernest Scared Stupid. And in 1995, he did like Ernest Rides Again, and in 1998 he did Ernest Goes to School. And then there was also another 1990s one called like Ernest Saves Christmas, and there were so many Ernest movies back then until like I said, Jim Varney, when he played Ernest P. Worrell, he's a really great actor. So here's his shirt. And like I said, in most of Jim Varney's Ernest movies, he had a short sleeve shirt like this. So there was also other Ernest movies like Ernest Goes to Africa, Ernest in the Army, Ernest Rides Again. And so out of all the Ernest movies, oh yeah, in Ernest Rides Again, he had a long sleeve shirt too. But like I said, in most of his movies and adventures, he had a short sleeve shirt like this. There's that. Also, also, he has his jeans. So I found a nice pair of jeans for him as well. So like I said, I bought the jeans and I bought this shirt at a local thrift store for a good deal. Except this hat I got at Michael's Arts and Crafts, and I painted it more of a tanner brown color. But unfortunately, I couldn't find he also wears like a sky blue jean vest. So fortunately I couldn't find that, but luckily I bought some of these little cheap patch fabrics. So I'm going to cut this up and make his vest. And then for his shoes, I got plenty of black fabric right here. So the thing is, Ernest always wears like easy slip-on shoes, like ones that you don't need like no laces or straps or like Velcro laces, straps, whatever. So I'm going to take some of this fabric and then I'm going to make his shoes so that they're going to be more lightweight. But for right now, I'm going to show you what I've got so far. I have his head done. And I have the body almost done. And I got his, like I said, this is going to be his left arm. And right now I'm working on his right arm. And then here's one of his legs. Plus I have another one that's almost done as well. And here's his other leg that's almost done. Now I can really show you what I use. So again, this is wire coat hangers. This is normal foam rubber, and this is much lighter, softer sponge foam rubber. So as you can see here, I got it to where it's shaped like that. And then I got some other foam rubber right here. So I cut out some foam rubber, sew pieces together, and then I take the yarn right here with the needle, and then I sew it around like this. And that's pretty much it. And then once that's done, once his limbs are all done, once I put his arms on and the legs on, and then once I wrap a little bit more, sometimes I like to wrap a little extra cloth, like something like, let me see if I got any. Yeah. Sometimes I use more fabric like this and wrap it around like this so that the seams blend in more so that you don't see too much. But since he's going to wear a short sleeve shirt, I don't need to worry about too much fabric wrapped around. Probably around his knees, though. But that's pretty much it. Like, he'll have fabric around the knees and maybe make socks around the ankles and the heels. And that's it. And then once that's done, once he's all put together and all that, all I got to do is make his vest and his shoes. And then once I dress him up, I got to simply put his head on. Let me show you one more thing real quick here. Since his head's all done, I also added an extra piece of wire right here so that this is going to attach and go through like this. And then I put the wire through like this. And then I take my pliers and bend it so that his head won't unattach. And that's how he's going to look when he's done. So far, so good. Yeah, I don't know if I'm pretty good at doing too much of Ernest P. Worrell's voice. Yeah, I can do it again if you want. Hello, Vernon. It's me, your best pal, Ernest. Know what I mean? Yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah, I'm not going to, like I said, he's not going to be part of my show. I'm just going to make him as part of my collection. Also, if you noticed, I also added what was left of that fabric right here so that when I put his shirt on, you can see right under his neck, it looks like it blends in, like that. Well, I really hope all of you quite enjoyed that. And I'm not done yet. Like I said, I still got more to work on. So I'll be sure to send you a lot more. He's still working in progress, but so far, he's coming along pretty good. So I hope all of you quite enjoyed that. And I can't wait to see you all again next time for part 3. Bye.